Hello everybody, hope you're well. Welcome to another exciting episode. Today, we've got a lot going on today. We've got the tilers in the main bathroom downstairs doing their thing. We've got Matt plastering the stairwell from the loft to the first floor. So it's all going on in there. It's all a bit busy and a bit loud. So we've come outside for a bit. Rich is in there doing the odd jobs just to finish off the loft in its entirety, little bits of skirting, architrave, that sort of thing. So I've got myself out of the way and out of the noise to point up the flashings on the chimneys, on both chimneys. I'm going to put a bit of compo under the ridge tiles where they meet each chimney, so all that's nice and waterproof, watertight. But before all that, we've had a query, and I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to talk you through it. One of you lovely people who go by the name of Come What They, I believe, in the comments has asked about, is it best practice to do what we've done in terms of this downpipe here, if you can call it a downpipe, it's so small, by turning it uphill. He reckons that the water could force its way underneath that flashing, underneath the tiles, and then obviously cause an issue. Well, the reason why we've done that the way we've done it is we didn't want to drill through these tiles here. That's one, and two, it's just to help the flow of water from overshooting this guttering, because if you can imagine, in a fast downpour, we're going to have water going all downhill, downhill, downhill. And if that was facing downhill, the water will come down there, shoot down this roof and overshoot this guttering. That's in extreme weather, but also it's all downhill from that point. It's just going down, 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 and just going faster and faster and coming down. All that's doing is just putting the brakes on it a little bit, just to counteract the old gravity, and just it comes down and goes up a little bit and just slows down. So it comes down here at a slower pace. That's the only reason why that is. We don't think for a minute there's going to be that much water coming down at such velocity that it can go under that flashing, under the tile, through the roof, and then cause an issue. However, it's a good point, and it's a valid one. So it's got us thinking that we're not going to change that, because if we turn it going downhill, it will happen. It will overshoot that, and then the customer's going to think there's a leak, and then we're going to have to come back out and blah blah blah. But what we are going to do is put some mastic, some sealant under that flashing there, basically gluing that to the roof. Under this flashing here as well, maybe come down as far as here, just to seal it, just so no water can go up there in extreme circumstances and cause an issue. So it's a great point. I hope I've explained why we've done it, and I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so it's a great contribution by one of our subscribers, so we do take them on board. So by all means, if you've got any more, or anybody's got any more about anything, please let us know, because we don't know everything. So every day's a school day, as they say. So just to explain that a bit better, a bit of a close-up, what we don't think can happen is water comes off this guttering with such velocity that it can go uphill 100 mil underneath this lead to the point of that tile there, and then underneath that tile to the point of where the top of this tile, which is about there, and then get in the house and then cause an issue. Obviously you've got the felt under here as well, the membrane, so we don't think it's really an issue. But again, it's a bit of a ponderer. You think, oh well, you know, we can't get up here again once the scaffold's down. So what we're going to do is going to get some sealant under there, and then basically glue this down, create a barrier along here. And you can see just along there with the mastic. So if the water does do it and we're wrong, and the water does get up there, then that's as far as it can possibly get. And I'll put a little bit under there as well. And then from that point on, then it's just downhill, and then the roof does its job as it's designed to do. So that's what I'm going to do now. What a beautiful sky to end the day with. Anyway, getting back into character. All the flashings are pointed, both chimneys. That lead now is all gunked underneath. It was a good call. Come what they. Thanks for your comments. Keep them coming in, please. I've used the remaining compound just to just to point round these pipes here. The reason why they're white is because that's all I had in the shop at the time, but it doesn't matter because we're going to put a black elbow which will turn this pipe 90 degrees into the soil pipe, and the black elbow will go against the wall, so you won't see any white. Speaking of white and black, that's just reminded me, we've had a comment, I forget off who, about why is it white soffit and not black to match. Well, it's because we've got to match the existing, and if you look under here, I've got my hands and knees, it's white under there, white soffit, black fascia, so it's all got to match. And we'll do the same on the extension. So when you're in a garden looking up, all three tiers, if you like, will all be the same. So that's why that is that. We haven't been able to film what's been happening as it's been happening inside today. It's been a bit busy and a bit noisy, but I will jump in now and I'll show you what's gone on. As if by magic, the heavens have opened. So as you can see, that water's not going up that roof at all, really. It's coming down at a rate of knots. And going down there. See, I like real men who like to brave the weather. Hello, Rich. Right, there we have it. Straight into the outlet. That's sort of the best we can do with that, really. No doubt in my mind, if I was turning around this way, it'd be shooting down and overshooting here. But there we go.
It's not going and then flashing you.
No, it's not. Right, then we proved the point. We go in now.
I'm like this, do we?
Right, let's start in the loft. Rich has made a frame. What I've done this morning, I went and bought another door casing, and he's made a frame for these hatches, and then architraved around it. What can happen then is, depending on what the customer wants to do, but we can just get a piece of MDF, cut it to size, and it can just fit into that. Maybe get some little magnetic clips around, just like you have on like mobile caravans on your kitchen cupboards, just to keep them shut. And they can have a nice little handle on that maybe, and that could be popped off then, and then that will give access to all the storage that they've got down there. Luckily, we managed to get 2 frames made, or Rich managed to make 2 frames out of 1 door casing. So he's done the same around there to match. So all that's done, all filled. We've got the knotting solution on it, all the screw holes filled, all that. So that's done, all corked. So there we go. He's run a piece down here as well to finish that off. So all that is done. He's done the windowsill, that's on. As I say, all filled, and I've gone and covered half it up, look, with these sheets. I'll explain them in a second. But he's also done a lovely detail around there, look. So the top of that skirting continues around into the corner, and the sill runs itself around. That is lovely. Of course, it's the same that side as well. So once all that's painted and nice and bright, that's going to look beautiful. The reason why we've sheeted up, if you're unaware of how we do our jobs, we spray the walls, so we have to mask everything off, obviously, because we're spraying it. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. The customer doesn't know we're doing that, and it's a bit of a surprise because part of the quote is no decorating. Well, we don't like leaving customers with bare plastered walls like this, because I've had it in the past. I'm not saying that this customer will do it, or any future one for that matter, but we've been back to jobs for whatever reason. I want a bit more work doing, and we've left it in this state, gone away for a couple of years or whatnot, and then we've come back and they've painted it themselves, and to be honest, it looked terrible. And that's the finish. It's all in the finish. It's what people judge you on. The construction of all these walls, no one will ever see, no one will ever really care. To them, it will just appear. If they have guests round, in a couple of years' time, all this was just already here, in their head. But it's when they see the little things, that's what you get judged on. And we can't, to be honest, we can't leave it to the customer to finish off, because it's our reputation at the end of the day. And plus, they get a nice finished paint. So you're just going to have a couple of coats of white just to seal the paintwork for this new plaster, and then and then we'll move on. We'll leave it to them. That will mean that the ceilings are done, complete. The walls will look, well, they'll be complete, provided they want white. If they want to change the colour in the future, they can do. But they've got a decent canvas there to go off. Matt has been in and he has plastered, as you can see. It's getting a bit dark here, so apologies if the quality goes down. He's plastered his stairwell. He's back tomorrow to finish off. Well, to carry on. He's got 2 more days left here. If you look from here, look. Size that wall. It's huge. Huge and beautiful. So he's done all that. And the tilers, one of the reasons why it was so noisy, have been in here. It's a bit dark. They've done all the walls in here, and they're coming back tomorrow to do the floor and grout. So yeah, that's that. We'll go into that a bit more detail in the bathroom videos. Yeah, Matt's done a bit of bonding down here as well. Put that stop bead on and done here. That's coming on, isn't it? So that's it. That's our first day of the week. It's just Tuesday because it was the Queen's funeral yesterday. I was bonded down in as well. Look, he's done all that. That's finished that off. So yeah, there we go. Right then, we shall see you tomorrow. We've got, well, again, we won't see you. Haven't got a clue who you are. I've got to go and get some more tiles for the tiler, and I'll be back, and then we'll crack on. Right then, on to the next day. Morning, Wednesday, second day of the week for us. Sorry if it's a bit echoey, but we are now in a empty room, which I will show you in a second. I've just got back from getting the tiler, some more tiles. I think that's my 5th trip to go and get some stuff because there's been a bit of a under order, but not to worry, that's all right. I'll turn you around and I'll tell you the plan for the day. Right, in my absence, Rich has cracked on. He's got the radiators off the wall and he has cleaned out and swept and hoovered the rooms as good as they need to be. All these were done last night, as you saw. So we are very nearly ready to start spraying, which we will obviously show you. I've just got to cut the holes out for the lights. And yeah, we're going to crack on with it. We're using that door as access for a bit because Matt is using the stairwell just to finish off some plastering, so that's our way in and out until we start, which is why that's just peeled back for a bit. So yeah, right in, we'll get these holes out and then we will we'll show you. The holes we're going to do as a separate video because we have got 40, I've marked them out, it's 48 to find in the entire loft and ground and first floor. We'll explain all that in a separate video which will be coming out soon. So because some of you asked for time lapse and music, so we're going to do it to that. So there we go. Right, let's crack on. Right, we are ready. All holes are drilled. Ta-da! Found all the cables. You'll see all that in a separate video, as I said. Got the old Wagner Control Pro all set up. That's ready. It's all primed. It's all tested. Always test it in a place that you're never going to be seen. So either if you know a wardrobe's going in the corner, or in this case a radiator, just test it behind here in case you have any problems. So we're all set up to go now. We're going to blast this out. All this will be in another separate video when we've got time just to go through all the setup and everything and troubleshoot and everything. So right in, we'll give it a blast out. It is now. What time is it, Rich, on your phone?
11:43.
11:43. Right. So we'll give it a go. We'll let you know how we get on. Now, where it is going to be awkward, Rich, if you take the hand.
Let me just spin this round.
Always wear protection, face protection, and everything, obviously. You've got to be a set distance away, about 12 to 18 inches away from the wall. Just give it optimum to spray. Any closer than that, you can just start to pile up and start dribbling and everything, and it's all a bit nonsense. So it's a bit of an art form. It's a bit of an activity. The issue that we've got is the ceiling. It's how I could comfortably sort of do it, because obviously I want to be there down, I want to be comfortable, and that's way too close. I want to be a bit down here. So optimally, that's perfect. But don't do what we need to do, right? So it might take a little bit longer than what you usually would, just through bending the back, but we shall crank on. Right then, let's give it a go. There we go. all sprayed. Time's it reached 12.
Oh wait, took 20 minutes exactly.
20 minutes, so there you go. And that's with a lot of messing around as well with it. So yeah, how are you? Alright, I haven't missed it, I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, there we go, you can see, well, I don't know if you can actually see on the camera the finish of it, but it's a beautiful finish. It's just so flat, there's no texture there at all. So it just looks, it does look lovely. So yeah, we'll wait a couple of hours now and then we'll give it another coat whilst it's all set up. And then that might, it's debatable then whether we do it. The paint we use is really good and it goes on really well. So that might just be it. One thing we will do next time I do it is that we went this way. Yeah, I went this way, front to back on the first coat. Next coat I'll go this way, just coverage. And then if I do a third coat, it'll be back to its normal one. So yeah, there we go. There we have it. That's now had 2 coats. You can't really see it on the camera, but it looks beautiful. 2 coats throughout. So if you want a video on the sprayer, I'm more than happy to do one. I've been thinking about doing it for a while. I've got my loft at home to paint, so I might do the full kind of tutorial and whatnot on there because it's difficult to find anything on that paint sprayer on YouTube that is in English. It's all foreign stuff, so I might try and make the video that I couldn't find, so to speak. So there we go, that's that done. That's it, that's painted up here now. 2 sessions of 20 minutes done. I've said that before now. Matt has finished the stairwell in its entirety. That look lovely. All that's done down here. We've had a good clear up. Richie's starting the architrave and the skirtings tomorrow, so he's cleaned up in here and set himself up ready for the morning. And the tilers are finished in there, but we'll go into that in more detail on a separate video. Oh, Matt's also done this wall, look. All down there. It's beautiful. And that's all ready to be skimmed. That bit skimmed. Looks like they're both the same, but that's been skimmed. That hasn't as yet. So we'll go from there. Beautiful. Right then. We'll leave it there and then we'll go on to tomorrow.